making celery juice.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna make the celery juice.
All right.
So I usually can make what I want to make 32 ounces with 2 stalks of celery, but these are organic celery, and they just happen to be pretty small. So I'm gonna do 3 stalks. And I'm just cutting off the ends, and I'm gonna wash them and get them all ready. I just like to cut off the ends because sometimes they're brown, and you don't want to eat brown food because that's stuff that's already been oxidizing. We don't want oxidation. We want to eat antioxidants. So I just put a couple of drops of 7th generation dishwashing liquid, which is safe for washing your vegetables. And then I just rinse off the suds with tap water. And then I like to rinse it in some reverse osmosis water too, because that doesn't have any chlorine or fluoride or sediments of any kind.
So the skinnier ones are good too?
They are.
All right.
You know,
and they have more leaves on them.
Yeah, the leaves can make it a little more bitter, but you know what? They've got a lot more medicine in them too. So, and this is medicine. This is food medicine. So if it's a little bit bitter, just realize you're taking your medicine, and as my friend Andrea here says, you'll start craving it after a while, and you really do. You don't mind a little bit of bitter, you don't mind the salt, you don't need.
That's right.
Because you know what it's doing for you.
Yep, and your body starts telling you that you haven't had your celery juice that day. I know, it's told me.
So I'm just going to save a few sticks.
Yes.
About how many for the blender, do you think?
Just do a couple more.
A couple more?
Yeah, we'll leave those
Okay,
out.
we'll save those
Okay.
for doing the blender method.
Yeah.
All right.
There's the blender. It's all in pieces.
Yeah.
We're going to time how fast to put it together and talk about the pieces.
That's right. Okay, so that's just your juice collector. You want to strain your celery juice because you don't want any extra fiber in it when you're using it as a medicinal tonic. I don't always strain the juices that I make, just the celery juice, because of that. This is medicine. Okay, so there's your chute and your auger and your grater, and this is the attachment. This has the celery attachment on today because that just gets extra juice. If it starts to gum up inside, we're going to take the celery attachment off. Okay, I like to keep a paring knife handy because I want to cut off any of the brown stuff. So here we go.
Yeah. It's not a loud juicer. It's nice and quiet.
Yeah.
And you just put one of them down at a time, and it kind of feeds itself often.
Yep. And you can put more than one too. I hardly ever have to use the stamper, but once in a while. Just whatever will fit.
And you could use a juicer that is like a Breville, and it's a fast kind of a juicer too.
Yeah, and my friend likes her Nama J2 that has a big hopper where you could just put this whole thing in and juice it all at once.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if you're someone that is really struggling right at the beginning, like I was, and all you can do is just rinse your celery, or not even rinse it. I mean, just if all you can do is juice it, just do that, because anything you do for your body's going to recognize. And it is starting to back up.
Look how dry that is with
Yeah.
the little stopper on it. It's so good. You could just, it's almost dust.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing. And if it starts to back up, you can take the little nozzle here and you can reduce it so that it's less. Like turn
I
it
think you
a
have to
little
turn
bit,
it the opposite. There you
and
go.
then it gets lighter. Like there's less stress on this outgoing stuff, and it's less.
Normally
it comes
every
out faster.
morning I'm in a hurry, so I just don't even have that attachment on there, and it goes right through. I'm going to get that brown stuff off. Oh, there's some brown stuff.
It's good when you see it and you can just take care of it right away. Really nice.
So you want at least 16 ounces, unless you're sensitive and you need to start with a smaller amount. That's okay too, and work your way up to at least 16 ounces.
Start with 4. You can also use cucumbers. If you
Yes, if you're really sensitive, you can start with cucumber juice, which does the same thing. But you want to remember that this is on an empty stomach.
Mhm.
And a clean mouth. You don't want to be brushing your teeth and then drinking your celery juice and getting a bunch of toothpaste mixed in with it. It's important that it's just celery juice on an empty stomach.
Fascinating. All right, so you can see how it keeps juicing out. I'm gonna try and get ready.
Yeah, I let it run. I let it run until it's just put down to a real slow drip.
That's right. So you can do other things while it's getting the last out. And it's great that the strainer comes with this machine, but you can also use a nut bag, and you can take the juice and pour it through the nut bag into a cup as well. So you can get a double strain on it if you want to. Or sometimes I just leave off the metal strainer and I use a nut bag anyway for the whole thing.
Or you can pour it through a strainer.
Yeah, you can pour it through a strainer. So see, there's all kinds of ways to do it.